What's up guys, Duke here, and we're doing the patch notes review for Valkyrie Reloaded, patch 3.13 with the Freya Remodel. As usual, we're gonna go through the patch notes to the visual changes and stuff real quick and then talk about the balance more. Let's start with the new Freya skin, which is her new default. Then we have the new Northern Lights, which is amazing because it actually changes color on the armor and her tattoo, and it looks so much better than before. It's just freaking brilliant, and I can totally recommend this over any other skin she has, even like Gold and Legendary and all that. Then we have the reworked Tier 2 and the Gold skin, and that's all for Freya. And then we're moving on to Sobek Landshark, coming out not next week, but the week after, as far as I know. Amazing skin, cool animations, weird Jersey Shore voice pack. I freaking love it though. One of my favorite skins in the game, if not my favorite, because it's really, really nicely animated with a lot of stuff around it. And at the bottom you can already see, hopefully the next skin. Yes, Challenger Noah. We get into the voice packs right after. And she also has a recolor that is basically the same skin. The coolest thing about this skin is her basic attacks are volleyballs, and when you throw a volleyball at a wall, it bounces back. And it's fucking amazing. I'm sold. Then we have the Vulcan skin that's apparently not properly loading. I'll see if it loads if I reload it. No, that's all we get from it. It looks really cool, but I guess somebody uploaded the wrong picture. It's a really nice skin. Sadly, we can't see more of it. We have the Artemis Tier 2, which is a really good Tier 2 in my opinion. Really, really detailed, so to speak. Really nicely done. We have Odin Tier 2, which in my opinion looks better in-game than it does look on this card, which is really, really nice. Really shiny and cool effects and stuff. And then we have Golden Fafnir. Golden Fafnir, not that cool in my opinion because of that weird blue dragon. Legendary is extremely cool, black and gold dragon. And Diamond is pretty cool. It's blue eyes white dragon basically, and the coolest thing about it is the diamond fire breath, which looks really cool. So that's for the skins. Quick glance at the voice packs. Landshark Sobek.
Hey, you know what the sun does to my complexion? I get shrivelly and dehydrated. Someone hand me some water.
Told you, it's Jersey Shore.
I wish love was like volleyball. I
You'd
wish
call
love was
mine,
like volleyball.
and everyone backs off.
You'd call mine.
And everyone backs off.
Right, whatever. Let's see if we can open this again. Maybe it works now. Nope, it doesn't, sadly.
Loose the gallants and make ready the guns.
Amazing skin, by the way. I really like it. I really like the new turret and stuff like that. Okay, this is not working. It's not working. And here we got an image for Vulcan right here. Let's check it out here. Nice. Thank you very much, Vince. So this is what the skin looks like in his card. And the in-game model is really good as well. Okay, with that, moving on to the other stuff. Achievements for a village, Alangshan, Freya. Happy birthday. No one has. Then we have Summer of Smite. Obviously the new skins that are coming out. And the Medusa pedestal that's going to come out along with it. We have some small stuff regarding achievements being shown on the guard page. A fix for a tower that didn't shoot properly. I've never seen that spot actually. Play again button showing up. And AI being fixed because it oddly enough had cooldown reduction that it shouldn't have had apparently. But nothing major here really. The major things are down here. The item changes. We got a change to Ansile. Hindu man pronounces completely different. I'm not sure what it's called, but whatever. Simple price drop. Make it more accessible because it's such a situational item. Very good in my opinion. Will help the item shine more as a counter item to certain engages and so on. Very good in my opinion. Glowing Emerald. Price decreased by 600 gold from 700 gold. So all the items get a price decrease as well, all the follow-up items, which is good because health items generally don't have enough stats to be picked up. And this allows it to be picked up as a starter item more, or like along with the starter item, which could lead to some interesting new choices. Marg of the Vanguard gets a little nerf. The HP 5 from the item is removed. This doesn't seem as big to me as I thought the nerfs to this item could be, because it doesn't really take away from the benefit of the item. Obviously, you're gonna sustain a little less in lane, but you're still not gonna get bullied by stuff like, for example, Bluestone Pendant. It's just not gonna phase you much because you have that defense and you have that damage mitigation, and that's mostly what the item is built for. And the HP 5 is just an added bonus, so it's still gonna be used to counter certain guards. It might put it in a better place overall. I think it's probably a very good change. Potion of Physical Might and Magical Might are both removed from the game forever. Just kidding. They're coming back next patch, but they're removed for this patch because they're gonna be redesigned in a way. They're not quite sure yet where they're gonna go with them. Maybe level restriction, maybe a price change, maybe not as beneficial early, something like that. Maybe scaling levels. We will see. But either way, they're gone for now. They're gone for good. I'm not complaining because mid mages that are supposed to be late game and do well early are freaking annoying. I'm looking at you, Scylla. So, yeah. Rip potions for now. Means that jungler obviously have a little less early clear, early aggression, but as it's both junglers at the same time, it should be fine. Runeforged Hammer. Also, same treatment here. Gets a price drop, but also gets a physical power increase. So, 250 price drop, which is quite a significant price drop, and 10 additional power. Now, I'm not sure where this places it. It's still a health item mostly, and it's still situational because you need slows for it to work, which is okay. Like, it's not bad, and maybe on like Chark or something like that, it could be really good, but no one has really shown the potential of this item yet. Maybe we'll see it in coordinated SPL games with the bonus damage. Until then, we'll see. Soul Eater, however, is one that sees major changes, meaning the lifesteal bonus per stack is completely removed. So you have the base lifesteal, and that's it. And that's huge, because before that it was the easiest, like most accessible lifesteal in the game regarding to cost and efficiency, as I said in my video recently. So that's gone. You still have the movement speed, and the shield is reduced from 1.5% per stack to 1% per stack, meaning it's no longer 600 health, but more like 400 health. I think that's good. I don't like the fact that it still has this shield and still kind of a weird place, and it shouldn't. I think there shouldn't be any instant heal on ADCs, but it's still less significant than before. And I think that's a good thing, and I like that, and I think that Asi is going to get picked up a lot more again. Simply because Asi has relatively low base lifesteal, but gets that free extra lifesteal. It has extra pen on top of it, and it makes for a better early game item overall. So I think it's really more of a situational choice now. I'm not going to remake the whole video, but I'm just going to tell you it is more of a situational choice between Soul Eater and Asi, depending on what your goals are, how much you feel like you're going to get focused, how ahead you are, and how many abilities your character had, or like how ability focused the character is rather. So, interesting development that we'll see there. Less of Soul Eater and more of other items, other lifesteal items, especially Asi in my opinion, which is a good change. Then we have Watcher's Gift, which is basically not very, like, overall it's not that changed. You get a little more mana, so it's really nice for like Sobek and stuff, because you get mana heal is now 7 instead of 5. Meanwhile, the healing on the item itself for a minion kill is decreased from 10 to 7, but there's 5 more HP 5, so you're not as reliant on minions getting killed, and you're more, you're sustaining more on your own, and it's gonna probably lead to most supports getting Watchers at this point, and Marg of the Vanguard being more of a solo lane item overall. Then Aphrodite gets a new passive meter, and that's pretty much it. Cabrakan sees some nerfs. Cabrakan sees some slight reduction on his Reflection Shield base damage from same early damage, but then goes down to 320 instead of 340. He sees less protections per stack, reduced from 8 to 6, which I think is quite significant overall. And I'm not quite sure if like that heavy of a swing was needed, because I feel like it was cool to see a Guardian in the solo lane, an aggressive Guardian. And Cabrakan has been bottom tier or low tier for very long, so I'm totally okay with him being up there for a bit. What do you know? And his ult is also changed, with the walls now always needing 3 hits to get destroyed instead of the scaling, which may actually be a bad idea, simply because it's hardly ever worth to level the ult now. and you can instead just level the 2 earlier and go for double 2 rotation if the enemy is not gone by that point. So I don't like it. I really don't like the change to the ult. And I feel like 3 at hall ranks is like not very relevant late game when hunters can just destroy those walls in a very short amount of time. Emotes for Erlang Shen, nothing relevant, and a fix for Fafnir, nothing major. Guan Yu's changes, however, are major. So this is weird because Painless was changed, if you recall correctly. It was changed so that it, affects all abilities, and it went up to 30 stacks. Now it's back down to 20. And I feel like 30 was too much. It felt really clunky. You had to take quite a while to stack them up. If you've played Guan Jungle, it was just really freaking annoying. With 20 stacks, however, I think he's in a really good place. His healing is buffed as well. I could see him working in the jungle. I could see him working in the solo as before. And I think Guan Yu is very, very strong now that he only needs 20 stacks, as everything is still very impactful that he does. And I feel like we're going to see a lot of Guan Yu, not as much as a heal bot, but more as a ultimate engage, utility, slow, high damage shred, CC monster. And that's pretty scary, if you think about it. So, hail Guan Yu. And then we have Mercury. Mercury gets a buff because Golden Bow's gone. And I don't think he needed that. I think Mercury was okay. He wasn't the best jungler. I'd rather see some nerfs to other junglers instead of him getting a buff. It's not going to break him, but I don't think it was necessary. So, maximum velocity, his steroid is now 5 seconds in all ranks instead of scaling from 3 to 5, which is decent. Then we have special delivery, which has increased scaling, 20 per tick instead of 15, meaning it's a total of 80 scaling on the target that he hits. And then you also have the scaling on minions increased from 60 to 80, meaning he can clear better. And maybe even solo better, if you want to play him in solo anyways, or ADC, Mercury ADC. Who knows? With that new steroid, I can see a lot of things happening. So overall, Mercury gets a buff, probably higher in the meta, probably fared better, but nothing crazy either. Like it's not gonna break the character, because his scariest point is late game. Late game, your damage doesn't come from special delivery. The 20% scaling late game are not gonna do much. Like, it's not the point. And late game, your maximum velocity is at 5 seconds anyway. So it helps him a little bit, but it doesn't make him like completely OP, top tier, whatever. But at the same time, I don't think it was needed. So, because his late game is still so crazy strong that he takes apart pretty much almost every other jungler. So yeah, there's that. And Ram's getting a buff, a surprising buff, honestly. Ram, obviously not the best performing hunter at the moment, but also not the worst. Just, in a good place. Gets a buff to Astral Strike. Bonus damage increased from up to 50 to up to 55, especially relevant early because on the first level it deals 15 instead of 10 bonus damage, which in combination with Heartseeker, for example, could be pretty damn relevant, or Death Toll. Could be give him a pretty damn early clear. Not quite sure yet, but yeah. And the crazy thing here, the scary thing here, is the slow increase. The slow increase on the Astral Strike, which is really easy to hit. It's going up from 1 second to 2 seconds. It's a full extra second of the slow. And I think that is huge potential. Because that means he can kite you so hard. And Ram is already an AD carry that is good at kiting, that is good at destroying others late game just with his basic attacks. Because you can't juke him well, because he slows you down and he shoots faster than you with the steroid. And he rolls away from your basics and then, does even more. And now he's got the slow. That's 2 seconds long. And I'm worried. I'm worried that this could take Ram really far up, even though it sounds like a very small change. So yeah, watch out for Ram. Still, early game is obviously not the best. It takes a while for him to come online. And Thor gets a new passive meter like Aphrodite, which is nice visually, and it's Illuminati. With that, thank you guys for watching. Duke Sloth, out.